We have another why I'm no longer vegan video, but we know that, these people were never vegan. It's just it should be called why I'm no longer plant-based. And this time it's Gaz Oakley, and I didn't realize that Gaz Oakley was avant-garde vegan, and I didn't really watch him back in the day. Another one I've never really watched, but I knew of him back in the day, and now he is going back to paying for animals to be raped, tortured, and murdered. And I am going to use Happy Healthy Vegans video in order to make it a lot shorter because the podcast is really long. So thank you, Happy Healthy Vegan, for making this short. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about Gaz Oakley's part and then rebut all of his lame excuses because they're all lame excuses. And I'm going to tell you what I think really happened, and it's kind of the same with all these plant-based posers, and I will tell you that at the end. So let's get it started.
I went through, like everyone, not batting an eyelid of being able to get strawberries in the middle of winter in a plastic package. As tomatoes, the same thing. This is all unnatural, and they're sprayed with God knows what. It's like, it's awful for our bodies, awful for the environment around me.
Okay, so you're talking about, the pesticides on the food, but you don't care about what goes into the animals that you will pay to be raped, tortured, and murdered. Okay, got it.
So then, I started growing my own food and realizing that that led me to. So yeah, sorry
That's okay.
so the audience knows, I went plant-based 10 years ago and was very strictly vegan, following the rule set.
Another raw vegan. It's almost like it's not the vegan diet that failed, it was the raw vegan diet that is, it's like it's unsustainable for most people. Let's continue.
And, you look at the atrocities that industrial farming and intensive animal agriculture is hell on earth. These sheds that these animals are kept in is awful. And I watched a few documentaries, and it was enough to make me think, wow, I need to do the complete opposite of this and go plant-based and vegan and just shun it completely.
Okay, but
However, many years on now, 10 years on of I was strictly eating plant-based, and now connecting with nature and growing my food, the vegan rule set doesn't fit within that. So like me, the thought of wearing plastic leather shoes, which I once would have been so excited to find that Nike are making now a vegan version of their Air Force Ones, in a plastic leather. The thought of wearing them and them maybe one day just falling on my compost pile, not that they would, but they were to, and never giving back to the land, never decomposing, is like, oh, why would I have that in my lifestyle? Same thing with clothing. I only wear natural materials now. So that means that I'm not strictly vegan, and if a vegan sees me wearing these shoes, they'd think, you're wearing it. And I get it.
If you really got it, you would not be paying for animals to be raped, tortured, and murdered for your lifestyle. You wouldn't be paying for animals to be murdered so that you can have dead, rotten cow skin on your clothing. And I have vegan leather, and it has functioned very well for me. I have a nice backpack that I use that works really well, and I have shoes, and the only part that is bad is the actual fabric part of inside the shoe, but everything else is working very well. And he's talking about being natural. There are vegan leathers that are, biodegradable, and leather is not even good for the environment. There's a lot of chemicals used for leather. So this is just another cop-out. It's a lame excuse. And he doesn't care about abusing animals. And it's a joke, and he's a joke, and I'm glad I never watched him.
I just want to eat as locally as possible. I want to know where every item of foods come from. I want to know like the farmer that grew it if I haven't grown it myself. And like relying on like quinoa or avocado or chia seeds to like help the nutrient gaps in my diet, because as humans we can't get all of the nutrients from a plant-based diet without supplementing.
He talks about supporting local farmers, and I agree with supporting local plant farmers, but what this animal abuser is advocating is to support the people that have animals raped, tortured, and murdered when they don't have to. We could all just go vegan. And then he does the supplement BS, which he kind of acts like vegans are the only ones taking these supplements, when another disgusting animal abuser, Paul Saladino, made his money with supplements. That's how he has the money that he has. And I agree with supplements if you need them to get you back on your feet, but to take supplements willy-nilly and not knowing, that is dangerous. You're only paying for expensive pee. That's the only thing you're paying for if you don't need them. But then he makes another lame excuse dealing with supplements that kind of, to me, prove he is lying and just saying a whole lot of nothing in this podcast. And I will get to it and debunk it. Editing Passionate Neighborhood Vegan, and I just want to say that there are natural sources of B12 such as duckweed, and there's also a lot of fortified foods. That's what I do. And a vegan diet is healthy for all stages of the life cycle. This has been debunked over and over and over again, and it can even have health benefits. So I've debunked you in the future.
So you're having to take B12, or the cows themselves are supplemented with B12. But I don't want to take synthetic, what they call supplements nowadays. Because I'm like, that factory that the synthetic supplements were made in could have been woodland before.
This is the first time anyone has heard that lame excuse. What, because a factory could have been woodland before? But most woodlands are cut down for animal products and the cows to graze, and then people rape, torture, and murder them. So that's a lame excuse. And that excuse right there just showed he was saying a whole lot of nothing on the podcast. And that guy that he was talking to was eating it hook, line, and sinker like a lot of anti-vegans do. And I'm going to tell you what happened and why 80% of quote-unquote vegans, or plant-based posers, how I call them, quit. And it's because of social pressure. And they're around animal abusers that convince them to drop their ethics, or, the people are weak-willed and they drop their ethics to be part of the animal abusing crowd. It's not because of health reasons. It's because he was weak-minded and he was convinced, stupidly, by a bunch of disgusting animal abusers that pay for animals to be raped, tortured, and murdered 3 times a day with their food choices. That's the only reason these people quit being vegan, plant-based, and they drop their fake ethics, is because they're easily influenced. These influencers are easily influenced. And I think it's funny, he has this nice homestead apparently in Wales. He wouldn't have that if he hadn't duped the vegan community. He wrote cookbooks. He did all this stuff. He got all of his money off of vegans. And now he is going back to killing animals. It's why I don't watch some of these vegan YouTubers, because it comes out that they're not even vegan. And this is absolutely ridiculous, and we need to start calling these animal abusers out. And this is why I made this channel. And I'm getting, riled up. And I need to stop getting riled up. I need to go get something to eat because it's almost dinner time. I will see you all in the next video. I don't know what that will be. Bye, guys.